Hey everybody, back again. And today, while I was thinking of what kind of video do I want to do today, got lots of ideas on videos I want to make and upload, but what do I want to do today? So I was at the gym. I was thinking about it while I was working out, and I read the news a bit this morning, like I always do. And it's just like, man, there's just so much stuff going on in the world right now that I could talk about, and it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, man, things are really screwed up. Reminded me of a famous quote, right? May you live in uninteresting times, right? This ain't it, baby. This is interesting times. There's a lot of kind of chaos going on right now, and there always is. I'm not saying it's new, but if you just kind of take a step back, and that's what I want to do in this video. Just kind of take a step back, right? Again, it's October 1st, 2019 when I record this. People 10 years in the future may be watching this, right? But right now, let's just do a time capsule of what's going on the first day of October 2019, okay? It's complicated, man. First of all, President Trump and his presidency, right? Depending on where you are on your side of the aisle, either his whole entire presidency so far has been an affront to you in a huge natural disaster, or if you're on the other side, it looks like his upcoming impeachment trial may be, the equivalent type of disaster for you. Very few people. Is there anyone really in the middle who was kind of oblivious to this? I don't know. So very divisive. But Trump's ongoing turmoil is coming to a head. It seems it's just that's a whole other video. I already did a video on that already. But it's just not good. It's never good to have a president facing impeachment, which this is a spinoff of kind of the Mueller Russia investigation that we've been dealing with here in the States for the last couple of years. So a lot of turmoil going on right there. Democratic primary, we're going to be voting here pretty soon, and the front runner's probably Elizabeth Warren right now, but still it's going to get a lot messier, I think, before we get a clear picture of who's going to be coming out on top of that escapade. China right now, there's an ongoing kind of crackdown going in Hong Kong. There's still tons of protesters on the streets. They've been there for a month or two. And today, finally, not that it's a good thing, but someone I just read today finally got shot. It was like recorded on video, right? Again, that's not a positive. I'm just surprised it's kind of taken so long, right? With just all the conflicting tension and escalations there. I'm surprised there hasn't been as much violence as I thought there would be, right? So that's a current thing going on right now. And if China wants to kind of crack down and really just go in there and occupy, how does the world respond to that? And what happens to these protesters? And world going to turn a blind eye to that? Are they going to try and step in and intervene? I mean, who knows? Keep it in Asia right now. North Korea has always been a dangerous place. I think that's probably the one thing right now that's probably not as crazy as it used to be, just because we're talking and there is conversations going on between the United States and North Korea. That's a positive thing. The North shoots missiles still, and no one even cares anymore because it's kind of like, we've kind of crossed that bridge. And, even though they may not talk about it a lot, I promise and guarantee you there are under-the-table conversations going on constantly between the United States, North Korea, China probably, and South Korea. It's a 5-point tangled web down there. Is that 4? 1, 2, 4. Sorry, 4. I'm not good at math. But that's probably not the crazy thing. Iran right now is looking crazy. They did a strike, looks like, on some Saudi Arabian oil fields about 2 weeks ago. Some American drones were shot down. They keep hijacking ships in the strait there, and the United States has sent soldiers to Saudi Arabia about a week ago, and that looks like that's the current hottest hotspot right now. Are we going to go to war with Iran? Knock on wood, hopefully not. I don't think we're there yet, but everything's kind of coming to a head over there in Iran. So that's another situation. Climate change is always in the news, but kind of it seems even more right now. You got the rainforest down in South America, like burning on fire, was like a third of the rainforest, some ungodly amount of, and they do slash and burn all the time, but it kind of the fires got out of control, and then Brazil had to bring in like the National Guard or the army to like fight these fires, and the Earth's lungs are, that's not a good thing right there. The economy right now is still going decently, but I think we can all agree that there is probably a recession coming soon. The question is just kind of when is it going to start and how bad is it going to be? But we've had a long period of sustained growth, and that can't last forever. So is it going to be a small dip in the economy, or are we going to be, are we rushing towards a huge crash like we did in 2008? If that happens, some people think we're heading that way. It could be even worse, and it's just, the economy is always a big issue. People could be hurt again, and it's, losing jobs and retirement and savings, and that's never a good thing. And we're probably closer. I think every day we get closer to recession. It has to happen sooner or later. And again, how bad is that going to be? I don't know. But that check is in the mail. It's coming this way, right? Artificial intelligence is a big thing. A lot of these things I've talked about in my videos already so far to some extent, but you just keep seeing this, increase in AI and automation, and it's rapidly bringing changes, and that change is always scary. And how's this going to work out? I literally just saw a video the other day. Boston Dynamics, Google-owned robot company. They have their Atlas, which is kind of their looks like this, right? It's their walking. Not talking yet, but they're like walking robot. And this thing was freaking doing parkour, man. What the heck? Or gymnastics. Is that what it was? Parkour was old school. This thing's like doing gymnastics now, like jumping up and tumbling and doing a little kickflip in the air. And it's like, what? I don't want to live in this future where that's happening. I saw in the news today some company is making robotic dolls or drones or whatever, but like of you. So there's a guy and he's sitting next to like a robotic doll of himself, and it's got still got the uncanny eyes, but it looks like him. And it's like, oh, all right, we're gonna start copying each other. That the future is crazy, man. Privacy is a big thing going on right now with how much the internet is involved in our lives, and how much like our devices and these big companies, tech companies, are spying on us and keeping tabs on us, and data breaches, and what do they know, and when are they listening and when are they not, and Alexa is listening to people doing things in the bedroom. It's like it's a crazy kind of world we live in if you really like take a step back and you just kind of look at everything by itself. But because we live in a 24-hour news cycle, whatever catastrophic event happens is kind of old news in a day or two when we move on to the new thing. So we really don't have time to kind of process. We definitely don't have time to reflect on these things and how they impact and change. We just kind of go with the flow. And, these things kind of happen on the fringe, it seems. And I don't know if we really take the time to kind of just like, man, what are the history books going to say when they look back at this decade, right? Especially the latter part of this decade. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I didn't even touch, speaking of attention span, war on terror, still going on. Afghanistan is the longest war in American history. A lot of people don't understand that because it's not in the news every day. But yeah, we've been at war in Afghanistan longer than any other American war, and it's really not even close now. 2001, right after September 11, and it's 2019. I have no doubt. I hope not, but it's looking like, I don't know, we may be there for like 20 years, 20-year war. There was supposedly some peace talks we were doing with the Taliban, and just a couple weeks ago, those kind of broke down, but that's interesting. That's probably the only way that you're going to get out of there. Afghanistan's tricky. Anyway, I don't want. Again, that's another video. But the fact that we're talking with the Taliban, that would have seemed ludicrous, right? 10, 15, 20 years ago. Well, 9/11 years ago. But, that's kind of where we're at now, because Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires, and we jumped into that one with both feet. So, hey, that's the way it goes. Any other, like, big, huge impending crises or big things going on right now? Gas is kind of up because of Saudi Arabia. United States, we tapped into our oil reserves to try and keep prices down, so we're not hurting too bad, but that's a thing. I don't know. Ebola. Oh, didn't even talk about Ebola, which is still around. Again, 24-hour news cycle. If it's not in the headline or even that little tracker at the bottom, does it really count? There's just, again, it's like I said, may you live in uninteresting times. But unfortunately, there's just so much stuff kind of going on right now, and really kind of boggling when you think about it all. Like, wow, damn, this is a screwed up place, right? 2019, you'd think, maybe we would have gotten to a point by now that we can settle old scores and disputes, and we could, finally find some kind of harmony or peace in the world, and, compete economically, but not militarily. It's just, but, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And it's just, man, I guess this video, take some time, reflect on things. There's a lot going on, and we're all caught in the middle of it. So how does it end up? I don't know. But just kind of, like I said, there's a lot going on. I need to work on my endings. These endings to these videos are not the greatest. So anyway, I ramble. That's the problem. I'm a rambler. Okay. And you can tell these aren't really like slick or produced or, it's literally unfiltered, my thoughts and stuff like that. So, but that's just the way I am. So I got to go. I do have stuff to do. I know you do too. And I will catch you later with another video on who knows what I feel like recording that day. All right, cool. I'll see you later.